Hello everyone. In today's video, we are going to discuss about the thermodynamic potential and the Maxwell relations. Okay. This video will be helpful for all those who are preparing for IIT, JAM, CSI, and NET, GATE, all MSc entrance examination. Okay. So now let's start with our thermodynamic potential. Okay. Okay. Thermodynamic potential. First thing which we will talk about is our internal energy. Okay. Okay. We will learn about our exam prospectus. Okay, what type of question can come and how we will remember these formulas. Okay, now internal energy, we got the idea of internal energy from our first law of thermodynamics. Okay, internal energy, we know it is a state function which is dependent on temperature. We know from our first law of thermodynamics dq is equals to what? Du plus p dv minus mu dn. Okay, pdv is the work done, right? And mu dn, what is mu? It is our chemical potential. This is the work done to impinge n number of particles in a system. Okay, so from this equation we can see that p is equals to, again we know that dq is what? We know dq is tds, where s is what? Entropy, right? So what can we understand from this equation? P can be written as what? T del S del V when at constant T and N. Since we know internal energy U is a function of temperature T only, and at constant T and at constant N, this two term will vanish, and we can say that P is T del S del V, where del S del V are what? Partial derivatives. Okay. Similarly, mu can be written as minus of del S del N into T at constant what? T and V. Okay. Again, what else I can write from this? See, what you have to learn. You have to learn nothing, because you know first law of thermodynamics, right? So you know what is the statement, mathematical statement. The mathematical statement is what? This. You know dq is equals to du plus p dv if n number of particles are impinged in the system. If we need to find our chemical potential, then we will add this term. Okay, this term. Again we know dq is equals to tds, right? So this equation is already known to you. You just write this equation. Which quantity is asked, you can just find out by making the other two quantities constant. If P is asked, by making T and N constant, we can find T del S del V. This is our pressure P. Similarly, you can find our chemical potential mu. Okay. So I can say what? The state function U, this represents the kinetic energy of molecules when at constant S and V. Okay. See, our U when at constant S and at constant V. So from here we can also conclude a very important result, which I will tell you at last. I will tell you how to remember. First you understand few things, then at last I will tell you how to remember. Okay, this is our thermodynamic potential. First we have discussed about internal energy. Okay, this topic we will discuss at last. Okay, second thermodynamic potential is, which we will know, is about enthalpy. Is enthalpy. Enthalpy is denoted with H and it is equals to U plus PV. Okay. What is enthalpy? It is the energy to establish a state in empty space. Suppose this is an empty space, the energy required to establish a state, the energy required to establish a state in an empty space, to establish a state in empty space is called enthalpy. Okay, so enthalpy is what? U, internal energy, plus PV. Now if I do delta H, I can write what? Delta U plus P delta V, right? Now this can be written as how? We know what? Delta Q is equals to what? Delta U minus P del V, correct? So del Q can be written as what? Sorry, plus P del V. So del U can be written as what? Delta Q minus P del V, correct? So del U can be written as delta Q minus P del V plus P del V. That means del Q. What assumption have we taken here? We have taken here that it is at constant pressure, because there will be another term V del P. If I take the pressure as constant, then this term will be equals to 0, right? So I can say what? Enthalpy is equals to heat exchanged by the system, heat exchanged by the system at constant pressure, at constant pressure. Okay, so at constant pressure, heat supplied to the system is equal to the change of the enthalpy of the system. Okay, when at constant pressure. Okay, so this is our second thermodynamic potential, H. Now third thermodynamic potential is our Helmholtz free energy. This is sometimes denoted with A, sometimes denoted with F. We will denote this with F. Okay, this denotes the spontaneity of a system. Okay, first we know from our second law of thermodynamics, delta S system is greater than delta Q by T. We know delta S universe is always increasing. Entropy of the universe is always increasing. So I can always say that delta S universe is always greater than or equals to 0. Right? So I can say from this, what can I say? Delta S system, we know delta S is what? If I take this T here, I can write T delta S is greater than delta Q. Right? So T delta S delta Q can be written as what? Delta U plus P del V. Now at constant volume, I can write, right? Because del V is what? 0. So I can write, if I am bringing this term here to my right hand side, I can write in this way. Again, I can write del U minus del of Ts. Del of Ts means what? T del S plus S del T. That means what? At constant volume and at constant temperature. Right? So this means U minus Ts. This is okay. So I can say, I can define F as how? I can define F is equals to U minus Ts when at constant volume and temperature. This means what? What does this means? This is the condition for the spontaneous process. The change in Helmholtz free energy for any system is always less than or equals to 0. So this is our condition. This is our condition for spontaneous process. For spontaneous process when at constant volume and temperature, and F gives us the measure of spontaneity of a system. F gives us the measure of the spontaneity of the system. Many people have a misunderstanding. They think that entropy S gives the spontaneity of the system. No, entropy S gives the disorderedness of a system. If entropy S is increasing in any system, that means its disorderedness is increasing. Okay. So this is our Helmholtz free energy. Before that we have read about enthalpy, and at first we have read about our internal energy. Okay, and the last one which we need to know, that is our Gibbs free energy. After this we will learn our Maxwell equation, and we will also learn how to remember this Maxwell equation in a very easy and a effective way. Now, Gibbs free energy, why this thermodynamic potential came to us? This is actually when it is inconvenient to fix volume in chemistry lab, that is when we are performing reactions at constant pressure and temperature, then we define this quantity, that is our Gibbs free energy. Now from our second law we know T delta S is greater than delta Q, which can again be written as del U plus P del V, can also be written as del U plus P del V. And if this quantity we bring to our right hand side, then this is 0, then minus T del S. This can be written as del of U plus PV minus TS, del of this minus of what? Okay, wait, let me break and write this. Now you see this, if I am writing del U plus P del V plus V del P minus T del S minus S del T. Okay, so what are the two new quantities I have introduced? This one V del P and minus S del T. Okay, to balance this I can write plus S del T and minus V del P. Correct, I can write in this way. So now this quantity can be written as what? Del of U plus PV minus of TS, correct, plus S del T minus V del P. Okay, at constant temperature and pressure, delta T and delta P will be equals to 0. So this can be written as del of U plus PV minus of TS. This both quantity will be what? 0. So this is my delta G. In this way I am defining my in this way I am defining Gibbs free energy. Okay. So this is my Gibbs free energy is defined at constant temperature and constant pressure, and it gives us the measure of the spontaneity. An example of Gibbs spontaneity for Gibbs free energy can be like diffusion. Diffusion occurs at constant temperature and at constant pressure. Okay. So now we will learn the trick method of remembering our Maxwell relation, and the most important questions which comes from this is that how to find the other variable quantities from these equations. Like the way I have calculated this, like pressure and our chemical potential, in this way how can we calculate some other term from this thermodynamic potential. Okay, so let's start. Okay, now see, understand very clearly. Okay, I will proceed very slowly so that it's very clear to you. See, first we have read about internal energy, but we are starting with F. F is our Gibbs free energy. F is our Helmholtz free energy. Okay, F is our Helmholtz free energy. Now you see, F is, we have said F is equals to U minus Ts. Right? I have said F is equals to U minus Ts when at constant temperature and at constant volume. What you have to remember is that F at constant temperature and volume. This you have to remember. How will you remember? F is for free, right? Helmholtz free energy. So F is for free. And when we are free, we watch TV. TV is what? Television. So when we are free, we watch television. That is when Helmholtz free energy is coming, which is denoted with F. So don't mix it up with our Gibbs free energy, because Gibbs free energy is not denoted with F. This is denoted with F. So for this F, we are meaning free. Okay. And when comes free, just remember TV, that is at constant temperature and at constant volume. Okay. So now you have remembered what? F. At F there will be constant temperature and at constant volume. So partial derivative of del F with del T and partial derivative of F with del V. The term which are constant related to the thermodynamic potential, that two terms we will use with the partial derivatives of F. Okay, these two terms are constant, so these two terms we are using with the partial derivative of F. Okay, now you see del F, del T and del F at del V. When this we are using at this time our V is constant, and when we are using this at this time our T is constant. Okay, this thing you remember, whenever for any thermodynamic potential there is del T or del V at the denominator, there will be a negative sign. Always there will be a negative sign, always. Okay, this is valid for all thermodynamic potential, okay. Now, so here there will be a negative sign, here there will be a negative sign. What will I get? Which quantity will I get? The conjugate quantity. Like the conjugate quantity of T is what? S. The conjugate quantity of V is what? P. Why conjugate? The dimension of these two multiplied will always give us the dimension of energy or the dimension of the work. We know PV, it gives us the dimension of the work. We know TS, it gives us the dimension of the energy. So these are called conjugate pairs. These are called conjugate pairs. Okay. So you understood it. Again I am telling you, see, F is for our Helmholtz free energy. F means free. F means free. Whenever we are free, we watch TV. That is television. So T and V, that is at constant temperature and at constant volume. When we are getting at constant volume, we will take our T as constant. When we are derivating with constant temperature, we will take our V as constant. When we are getting del V, we will get its conjugate pair. When we are taking del T, we are going to get its conjugate pair, that is F and P. Whenever in the denominator there is del T or del V, we will get a negative sign. So this is clear. Understand the process, understand the tricks. Clear? Okay. Next, we will talk about our enthalpy. Enthalpy was what? H is equals to U plus PV. Okay, enthalpy, what you have to just remember that enthalpy is at constant P and at constant S. Just you have to remember this thing. Okay, enthalpy at constant P and at constant S. Now you see this, we are getting a term here HPS, right? We are getting a term here HPS. Now you can make a short trick of yourself in which way you can remember. Like you have to remember HPS, it is with H I am getting constant P and constant S. Okay. Similarly, in this way, if we are proceeding, you see, del H, we will write del P, del H, we will write del S. When I am writing S, my P is constant. When I am writing P, my S is constant. Here, del T, del V is nowhere there, so both will be positive sign. What will I get? Its conjugate pair V. What will I get? Its conjugate pair T. Simple. The only thing which you have to remember is HPS. See, FTV, you will never forget because whenever you are free, you are going to watch TV. But you have to remember HPS. Okay. So one way, I can tell you one way how to remember this HPS. I will tell you many ways. So this is the first way I'm telling you. At last, again I will tell you how to remember. Okay. So HPS you can remember as Hyderabad Public School. Okay. Hyderabad Public School. HPS. In this way you can remember. Okay. Also, if you have any favorite actor, favorite actress, or anything else which has got some short form like HPS or something, in this way also you can remember. Just remember the way in which you are used to or you are comfortable with. Okay. At last, again, I will tell you one short trick of it. So continue till last. You will get many short trick. Don't worry. You understood this process that if I remembered HPS, next what to do? Next, nothing you have to do. Just P and S I will use as my partial derivative, and the left quantity will be my constant term, and the conjugate term will be the term which I am getting after the partial derivative with enthalpy. This is a simple process. Okay. See, third, this process I have invented myself. This process I have invented myself. So third thermodynamic potential is G. This is all the process, the way you have to remember. Okay. Okay. Now our Gibbs free energy G, That is what? U plus PV minus TS. Now you will have one more question, ma'am. How will I remember that G is U plus PV minus TS and H is U plus PV? That short trick also I will tell you. Okay. Now you see G is U plus PV minus TS. Now for G, I have constant P and at constant T. So you have to remember G at constant P and constant T. That is GPT. See, you know GST. You know GST, which is implemented in India now. Not now, many years before. So this GPT is like quite familiar with GST, but this is not GST, not S is not, see, S and T cannot be simultaneously constant because these are conjugate pairs. Always remember, no two conjugate pairs can be simultaneously constant. So this is not valid. So left is what? GPT. Okay. Okay. At last I will tell you. Don't worry. I will tell you another way. Now you just see P and T are constant. So del G, del P, del G, del T. Whenever T is coming, I will get a negative sign. For P, I will not get any negative sign. Only for del T and del B, I will get negative sign. When P is here, T is constant. T is here, P is constant. Its conjugate pair V, its conjugate pair S. Simple. Okay. Last but not the least, our internal energy, which is at constant S and at constant V, that is USV. Now you have to remember this term, that USV. Okay. Now USV, you can also remember this is a you can say upper stage vehicle. Upper stage vehicle. Okay. Del U, del S, del U, del V. When there is a del V, we will get a negative sign. Del V is there, S is constant, S is there, V is constant, S conjugate pair T and V conjugate pair P. So this is the different quantities how you can get from the respective thermodynamic potential. Okay, one is what? When I'm free, I will watch TV. HPS, Hyderabad Public School. GPT, just make it familiar with GST. But since T and S are conjugate pairs, they cannot come simultaneously. So GPT. Okay. And USV, that is upper stage vehicle. Also, you can remember one thing, P is for positive. Okay. So GST, since S is not there, so always be positive. Don't worry, someone is there. So P, GPT. And USV, that is upper stage vehicle. Okay. Now, how will you remember that H is U plus PV, F is U minus TS, G is U plus PV minus of TS. How to remember this? Now, internal energy is what that you know now from the first law of thermodynamics. So that is not a tension for you, right? That is not a tension for you. See, G is U plus PV minus TS. So this can also be written as H minus TS and also can be written as F plus PV. Correct? Now you remember one thing, UHFG. What is this? This you have to remember. How will you remember? You can remember like ultra high frequency, and G is the only one thermodynamic potential left because there are four thermodynamic potential. First I got ultra, U I got, H I got from high, F I got from frequency. The left is what? G. So ultra high frequency G. G, if you want, you can add anything to it. Okay. Now ultra high frequency G. So you write CU H F G. Okay, we will write in this way, ultra high frequency G. Okay, now you see we will make a rectangle. Okay, now we can go from up to down and we can go from left to right. Okay, so when we will go from up to down, we will add PV. So if we are going from up to down, we are adding PV. So U plus PV and F plus PV. What we will get? This lower term. So adding U plus PV, I am getting H, and adding F plus PV, I am getting G. Clear? So left to right. So U minus TS is the one term. U minus TS and H minus TS. So what will I get? U minus TS F and H minus TS, I will get G. So in this way you can remember our thermodynamic potential. Okay? Clear? UHFG, and UHFG will write in a rectangle. Whenever you are going from left to right, it's minus TS. Whenever you are going from up to down, it's plus PV. Okay. Now Another way which you can remember the values of our thermodynamic potential is good physicists have studied under very fine teachers. Okay, in this way you can remember. But I would suggest you remember the way which I have told you about FTV, that is free will watch TV, HPS, that is Hyderabad Public School, GPT like GST, but S and T are conjugate, they cannot be. So if I am removing S, if something is removed, but I will not be demotivated, I will be always positive. So GPT and USB, that is upper stage vehicle. Just remember this fourth thing. You don't have to remember any other thing. You will get many other examples, like you can see many teachers, many persons will say many other thing, but I think this is the most effective way and the most easiest way, and this method I have invented myself only. And how to find the different variable parameters is the most easiest way is this one, because many people will first, you know what, they will tell you how dg is varying, how du is varying. That expression you will get like dg is v dp minus s dt. First you remember that, then you differentiate. But I am not going to tell you to remember all these things. Just remember this fourth thing. This you will have see many advantage. You will also get to know that which these quantities are constant for corresponding thermodynamic potential, and how will I get the unknown quantities. So from one thing you will get to know many things. So just remember this four. Okay, and how to remember my thermodynamic potential values: H is equals to U plus PV, F is equals to U minus TS. You can use this. Okay, but I have never used this because I have, by method of practicing and just solving problems, it's remembered to me. It's like I don't now need to remember any short trick for this. But you can know this ultra high frequency and G. After solving and practicing, it will be also in your head. You don't need any now short trick for this. Okay, but yes, still now I also need short trick for this, like Hyderabad Public School, FTV. I also remember this short trick. Okay, now Maxwell relations. You see this, how to remember. See our this Maxwell relation. You remember TP. You just remember the starting thing, that is TP. Then our first thing will be same T, P and its conjugate pair, that is V. Okay. Now since here I am getting T, I will get here S, that is its conjugate pair. Again I will start with P and I will end with V. Okay. Just remember the first thing T, P. First two will be same, last two will be same. My T and S, whenever T is coming, its conjugate pair will behave same. So initially first time T is coming on my left side, second term my S, that is the conjugate of T, is coming on the right side. Okay. P and V, similarly I am getting here P and V, and the first term they will be a negative and the last term they will be a negative. Just remember this way. So how will I get for the first thing? I can write del T and here P is there, so del P. When I have deduced those equations of thermodynamic potential, the constant thing I have kept in the denominator. This time, this Tp, you will keep it in the numerator. So when you write del T and del P, obviously what? Here del T is there. So here its conjugate pair, that is S will be, sorry, not here. When T is there, its conjugate pair S will be constant. When P is there, its conjugate pair V will be constant. When S is constant here, so this will be del S and this will be del V. Okay, I'm telling you again, clearly you see. TP term, my first term, negative sign is there. Okay, so del T, del P. Okay, there will be a minus sign. Now, T its conjugate pair S, P its conjugate pair V. So, if here S is constant, we cannot write del S here. If S is constant, if I am doing partial derivative, that will be 0, right? So, here it will be del V and here it will be del S. Okay, clear? Now, second term is what? TP then TV. So, positive sign, no negative sign. So, del T, del V. Here T is there. So, I will write here S. Here V is there. So, I will write here P. So, here del S and here del P. Next is what? PS. Then is what? VS. So, last term we will get a negative sign. See, this is not equal to. Okay. Now you see here del P, del S. P is conjugate V, S conjugate T. Here del V, del S conjugate T, V conjugate P. Okay. Now here del T and here del V. Here del P and here del, sorry. Here del T and here del P. Clear? Okay. Just remember it will start with TP. First two terms same, last two terms same. TT and then SS I am getting. Okay. Another thing which you need to know, like I told you to learn what? UHFG, ultra high frequency. G you can remember for your case, but ultra high frequency is coming, then the left thermodynamic potential is G. So obviously it will come G only. Now you will relate this with our thermodynamic potential. Okay. Our first thermodynamic potential was what? Del T with minus of del P. Now T's conjugate is S, P's conjugate is V. So del S and here del V. Again what we have learned, del T is coming, del V is coming. V's conjugate is P, T's conjugate is S. So here del P, here del S. Again our third pair is what? Our third pair is, now here I will get del S, here I will get del P. P is conjugate V, S conjugate T. So I will get here del T, I will get here del V. Our last, again a negative sign. Here it is del S and here it is del V. So V's conjugate is P, S conjugate is T. Here I will write del P, here I will write del T. Now U, first U, second H, then F, then G. So del square U, del square H, del square F and del square G. What will be the denominator? This. This will be our denominator. This. See, this is our second order partial derivative. So this one will be what? Del V, del S. Del P, del S. Del T, del V, del T, del P. Also another way which now I will tell you what I have told. Initially, the first thing which I told you, just remember this thing. This is the most vital and it will be useful in many ways. What I said, FTV, see F and TV. You don't even need to remember this thing. You don't need to connect with this thing. You know F, TV. When I am free, I will watch TV. G, S, T, but S and T are conjugate. So G, P, T. So G, P, T. Clear? HPS, Hyderabad Public School, and UVS. Okay? So you understood this four are how much important? Just remember FTV, HPS, GPT and USB. Okay? Upper stage vehicle, Hyderabad Public School. When I am free, I will watch TV, and GPT, which is in familiar with GST. Okay? So this is all about Maxwell relation. What are thermodynamic potential? What are Maxwell relation? And how to remember this Maxwell relation? Okay. Okay. Let's do some few sums also. We need to also know that what is the use of learning this, right? Okay. So let's see. See, direct question you will get which related to this thermodynamic potential. What are the Maxwell relation? Direct or how can we find these parameters like P, V, which I have told you at the first only. Okay, like the direct you can get. Also you can get some questions like this. First question I'm telling you, suppose our internal energy U is given as Bs cube Vn. Find the temperature. How to know? U, ultra stage vehicle, USV. So U can be a derivative of S and U can be a derivative with V. Now when I am doing S, my V is constant. When I am doing V, my S is constant. Okay. So here I will get a negative sign and I will get V's conjugate pair. That is P. Here I will get a positive sign with a conjugate pair T. I need temperature T. So I will derivative with respect to entropy T. So T is equals to del U del S. This is what? 3bs square Vn. I am taking V as my constant. So this is my answer. 3bs square Vn. So simple. And you will get marks. Okay, just you have to remember ultra stage vehicle, that is USV, Hyderabad Public School, HPS. When I am free, I will watch TV, FTV, and GST, but SNT are conjugate, so GPT, because I have to be positive, right? So GPT, just simple. Okay, so that's all for today. Next lecture will be about relativity, which is regarding classical mechanics. What are velocity addition formula or Galilean transformation? We will talk about this. Okay. So thank you so much. Keep studying. Please like and subscribe my channel. And all those students who don't understand Hindi and just they are searching for videos for in English, please let them know also. Help them also. And join my Telegram channel. Thank you so much.